blessed ones of the nations of the world, one more time. This is your brother Dan Moses Osei of Sakodie of TRC, Ghana, coming your way with the expose testimony New World Disorder on the 7th of December 2021. Uh, before we begin with what to do aspect of this week's expose, we want to welcome each other by saying Akwaba, Allen, Sahalen, Sagitam, welcome, Inganjoni, Bingdo, you are welcome, Kuso, Diwo, Tusansenyo, Okukulaba, Mauya, Mingalaba, Boye, Malamu, Karibu, Ekabo, No O, Sano, Dezua, Elkwan, de Ina, Mitash, Duburo, Pejalovat, Bine Ivinit, Barigalus, Bita Ichi, Ayubon, Dobrujoya, welcome, Eshtan, Ozut, Walang, Anuman, Bienvenue, bienvenido, namaste, swagitam, kush, amadid, baruk, haba, marhaba, wanyong haminida, wanying, nyejeko, anyamime, nyejeko, wezo novyo, mia wezo, akwaba to the program, Testimony New World Disorder. As you know, is the program to which we get to know what is happening to Ghana, America, and humanity and the nations of the world. What is happening is the years of the intelligence community making fool of the American people, staging terror act, and prosecuting Khartoum to make a fool of the American people under the war on terror. When the politician sees that he's not performing and pressure is mounting on them, years of playing the American people over and over again, God has put the secret evil in the public domain, what they do in secrecy to the American people. God made them, purposely made them take it to the back of the African, so the African will stand in defense of the American people by putting the evil that they have done to America for years openly before our eyes, that we may see what evils that are pursued against everything that is called law. Akwaba to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. And Akwaba to what to do. What do we do in the face of America having been brought so low that to the point where the government can allow the police, the FBI, the intelligence community willfully stage terror act, put it on innocent people just to score political points and put them in jail and prosecute Khartoum. What do we do in the face of this global evil? What do we do at the helplessness of the Congress, the Senate, the Supreme Court of the US? What do we do in the face of the helplessness of the Supreme Court of Ghana, where the Supreme Court of Ghana, the Ghana Police Service, the US government, the White House, the Congress, the Senate, they all know that there is the evil of Ghanaians having been killed barbarously by forces in America and the Nana Addo Akufo terror network. And yet, because of bribery, US government money, I said it, money that my people understand. Yes, US government billions of dollars having been paid to the government of Nana Addo Akufo to cover up the killing of the people. The Congress is quiet. The Senate is mute. The Supreme Court of US is quiet. The US Justice Department is quiet. They are all watching to let terror staging police seek to assassinate an African on the clock upon all the medical terrorism against the African, and he has not resorted to any act of violence or weapon, but has lifted up the greatest weapon in the universe, more powerful than any nuclear bomb, any atomic bomb. any chemical bomb, chemical weapon, the word of God. We have exalted it before Americans and before the world. Akwaba to the program, testimony, new word. What do we do? What we do is to understand that God gives the room to kings, lords, governors, kingdoms, great ones of the earth to do as they please, as though God is dead. But at the appointed time, when they think that they have succeeded in ending the world, they have succeeded in destroying the human race, they have succeeded in bringing their evil to epical proportion, God gets up and speaks to the destroyers of human life in a way they ought to be spoken to. While God put them in total derision, letting them know that you have failed. After all, you have not succeeded in the evil pursuit against the innocent. So what to do is to understand that at the appointed time, God gets up and speaks on our behalf. So we should not panic. God shall defend the human race against the repression of humanity that is going on the nations of the world and the global agenda. God shall defend the African people against the cowardly secret killing of Africans and the global agenda. Kofi Annan, politicians, diplomats, religious, they have killed us because we are Africans. The United Nations have been mute. You know why? Fat US government dollars donation to them, so they can continue making big bonuses, big paycheck, big allowance, fat allowances, and be mute to let Africans be killed. What do we do in the face of this? Is to let the very powerful, in fact, those that have become deputy gods, they think, those that have been so powerful that they think that even God deputizes them. Not this time, they have gone beyond they becoming deputy gods, assistant gods. They have entrenched themselves in so much position of power that they think that God is their deputy. What they need to know is that God is God over them. And at a appointed time, he shall speak to them as this. And in fact, heaven has started putting them in derision. Heaven is mocking, is laughing at them, at the evil that some individuals within the United States have pursued to the point of they colluding that they should stage terror act against me on the job. You didn't hear that. I said that the White House muteness in the evil against this African on the soil of America, the Congress, the Senate, the Supreme Court of Ghana, the Flagstaff House Executive of Ghana, branch of government. God is putting them in derision because the power to kill the African, like Jesus told Pilate, is not in their hands. So that is what we must know. Let's go to Psalm 2. That God knows that at the appointed time, he shall speak to them. They have not succeeded in their plan, their agenda to destroy the souls of humanity. They have not succeeded in their agenda to destroy the entire world. In fact, what they know is by killing one innocent member of the human race, they succeeded in setting the stage for First World War. The problem of killing one innocent was not solved. They nursed it, groomed it till it became bigger at the Second World War. And it exploded, boom. One more time, political evil minds, diplomatic evil minds, the Ban Ki-moons and the cronies of the Ghana Embassy, Washington, D.C. They are nursing more than Third World War at the back of Africans because they cannot believe that Africans are as humans as they are. But God is sitting in the heavens and is putting them in derision because it will not stand. Neither shall it prosper. This is what God says I should tell. Let's go to Psalm 2. Psalm 2. Where nipa bɔne for pa. And I because of my people, my family members that you have killed, and you are making a fool of the family members. My family members in Ghana. You kill us and make a fool of us. I read Psalm 2. Why? Why do the heathen rage? Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Why do the people rage? Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? A DNT and nipa boni for isusun kwasi asem. And the Bible no can. This is Bible. I go on. The kings of the earth set themselves. The kings. Powerful, very powerful. Some are diplomats, some are politics, some are religious. And the rulers take counsel together. Those that govern nations. He's not talking about the president of your nation. He's talking more than that. There is somebody that controls the president of your nation. Do you know that? He's called the Secretary General. He's called the United Nations. He's called the US government, the White House. They control many governments. They manipulate them as and when they want and please. That is what the Bible is. They are the people that the Bible is talking about. The kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord. What to Regina the Tienyankupon? They say there is no God. So they take counsel against God and against his anointed, against the innocent upon the earth, against one African. That we will use our diplomatic powers, we use our political powers, we will use our religious influence, we use our intelligent smartness, we use our policing treachery, policing lawlessness to kill one African against the church, against the mosque, against the synagogue. Why do they concede evil against the human race? That is what the Bible is asking. I go on. The kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bonds asunder and cast away their cause from us. You know what they do? He said, let us break their bands asunder and and cast away their cause from us. They have come to so much comfort. It is so much well with them that the opportunity we have given them to be there for humanity at the United Nations, they are beginning to see us as a burden on them. You talk as Africans that our interests matter. For us, I'm so they get away with your nonsense. You talk as Europe that we cannot. The migration problem is getting too much, and we ought to do something about it. As members of they say for us, I'm so we don't care about that. It is your backyard issue. Solve it. You talk about the state itself tactically devising an evil means. I'm talking about America devising the state itself devising evil means of putting black people out of job, destroying their families, putting them in jail, putting them at mental health facilities, putting them in homeless shelters, rendering them jobless and putting food stamps into their hands. putting unemployment benefit, which they call benefit, into their hands, and render them jobless, letting them think that the unemployment, your food stamp, eh, is worth more than your job. That's what it is so well with that congressman. It is so well with that senator. It is so well with that politician, very, very smart politician of the White House, that he thinks that the mandate you have given them to represent you has given them so much power that you are a burden to them for they having the opportunity to serve you. So they begin to do to the noble American people as they please. They give them homelessness in winter, freezing cold condition, and they get them destroyed in the streets. And it has gone on for generations, not only by one president. It has been going on from president to president to president to president up to now. Imprison them, use their innocent life to appease the prison industrial complex interest. They use their innocent life to appease the pharmaceutical industrial complex. They use their innocent life to appease the vaccine gods and goddess corporations in America. And God has watched this for far too long. And they have said to themselves, they have succeeded in destroying the human race, and it is done with us. Their ulterior pursuit agenda of the mark of the beast has succeeded, and they will wipe the human race out of the earth, and the very few that shall be left shall escape to Mars moon to live a life of paradise on the moon. But they don't know what God has intended for them on the moon, because they are not smarter than God. That is what God is saying. So let's see what God is saying. Psalm 2 verse 4. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have them in derision. So Europe, don't panic amidst your helplessness. Asia, don't panic amidst your helplessness. Australia, don't panic amidst your helplessness. Austria, don't panic amidst your helplessness at the hands of your government. Don't panic. New York, don't panic amidst your helplessness at the hands of the politically powerful. Don't panic. Be still and know that the Lord is God. And he that sitteth in the heavens is watching the evil deeds of the powerful and is mocking them, is putting them in derision, because he knows that he is in control over the universe and has not lost the control of the universe to those that think that God deputizes them. Humanity and the nations of the world, God shall speak for us. Akufo to the program Testimony, New World Disorder. Noble Black Caucus, Congressional Caucus of the US. God demands something of you. Racism is very evil and we cannot accept it in US or any part of the world. However, we know that black on black crime are as evil as any racism. You didn't hear that. I said black on black crimes. Black people selling their own people to be destroyed. We saw this amongst the Hebrews during their servitude and their enslavement in Egypt. The tax masters, they were people that were also Hebrews who were put in the position of power. So they put their own people in enslavement and get their own people destroyed, get their children killed before they attain age 2. They were some Hebrews helping that evil against their people. That is called, that is the sort of black on black crime. You understand? Black Congressional Caucus of the US. You had a man come to you. His name is Nana Addo Akufo. He is behind the evil with some stakes within the United. Their internal rift, the internal wrangling, which resulted in the taking of the life of Kofi Annan, his precious life, because his life does not value as the life of Ban Ki-moon, the racist diplomat, politician diplomat. Kofi Annan's life is not as of value as is the life of Ban Ki-moon, a hypocrite diplomat. It is a black man, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, who raised new terrorists, and his evil with this U.S. undercover agent, having caught Kofi Annan's life, having caught Jerry John Lawrence, Pakosi Mr. Atta, His Excellency John Ivan Fifi Atta-Mills. In fact, let me show you. Black people, we colluded of the government of Nana Addo Dankwa, they colluded in Ghana to burn their almost 200 people in fires. We have had black people colluding to cover the crimes up for U.S. government money up to this day. It is called black on black crime. What God is counting on the Black Congressional Caucus of the U.S. is to have courage on the behalf of humanity. Tell Nana Addo Akufo-Addo that man, we are in America. We don't accept racism, and we know that in Africa, what led to us becoming black people, descendant of black people that were called slaves here today, that we call as Black Caucus. We were sold by our own fellow black people in Africa, in Ghana, specifically Ghana. Nana Addo Akufo-Addo lineage, they sold us here. And that evil is as evil as slavery. Therefore, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, the nonsense of the magazine Phobe, Phobe magazine, that you are the African of the year for killing your own people, is total junk and nonsense. America, I appeal to us in defense of the blood of the African people. Everybody that have the Phobe newspaper magazine, if you can flush them down the toilet, the commode, flush them down. If you can set fire upon them and burn them. They have no regards for the African people. As inhumans, they collude, they endorse a terrorist, a killer, the biggest terrorist of the world, and crown him king, because that is what the world accepts. Wickedness and evil. Black on black crime is as evil as any racism. America and the nations of the world. I'll go back to the program. Testimony. The word is we are not afraid. It is the fact that there are diplomats whom we have made it so well with. In fact, when I started going to the United Nations, way back to the year 2009, the United Nations headquarters used to be one naked strip of building in the heart of Manhattan. One naked strip of building with a library attached. You could walk in as a member of, that was the days that humans are regarded by the United Nations and they have value for the life of humans. Exploitation and treachery hasn't got into the heart of the United Nations as it was like today. Those days, I could walk to the United Nations and go through the library and go to the security. And today, it is so well with them that go there and see. You can't even recognize whether that headquarters is part of the earth. They are living in a Tower of Babel kind of edifice. You understand? When they are coming out of the headquarters, you see people, so policemen. If you come closer, will shoot you. These people are special. You understand? They are different. In fact, they are from the moon. They are from the sun. They are from Mercury, Jupiter. They are not like the rest of the human beings. You understand? They are the people that receive our donations and yet give us over to be killed. Understand? When I started going there, it was one naked building. Today, it is so well with them. They don't remember our pains and our sorrows. They don't remember. And it is okay for them to pursue the evil of seeking one African to kill, to bring this helplessness on the whole of humanity. When the African is saying that, don't mind their nonsense, they know that the very origin of the Delta virus is Ghana, Kotoka International. They say, oh Macron, oh Emmanuel, oh Macron, shout, oh Emmanuel, God, Lord God of Emmanuel. Don't tell me about Macron. Tell me about Omicron. Don't tell me about that. You can fool some people sometimes, but you cannot fool other people all the time. Announcement. There was to be a meeting between His Excellency Vladimir Putin and His Excellency Joe Biden. Supposed to be a virtual meeting. Okay. That would have been very good for America and Ghana. Even amidst the evils of the government of Nana Addo Akufo, the planting of bomb to get an African killed in Africa, that tensions are risen so much, you understand, that a quick means have been found that there will be a meeting between Putin and His Excellency Joe Biden to bring down the tensions. Announcement. This is Putin speaking. The White House knows that. This is Putin speaking. My coded name. Humanity and the nations of the world. Let's imagine that before that meeting between Putin and His Excellency Joe Biden, let's imagine that before that meeting that is supposed to bring about peace and the betterment of the world, American, the president of the US allowed the CIA to stage a coup in Russia to seek to overthrow His Excellency Vladimir Putin. Let's imagine that before the meeting, if that happened, would any find a reason to blame His Excellency Putin if he decided to call out the meeting that I will not be a part of it? Would any have a cause to blame Putin? No, you will not have a cause. Announcement. On Saturday, the 4th of December 2021, before the Putin Joe Biden meeting, that is supposed to be very diplomatic and peaceful. Already, somebody sought to take the job of Putin through the shadow of Kamala Harris, called Rihanna. Are you hearing something? I'm saying that Putin is telling you that before that so-called meeting, that meeting of peace between Putin and His Excellency Joe Biden, a coup d'etat has already been staged to seek to overthrow Putin. Why would the meeting be a success? Why? Before the meeting, on the 4th of January, on the 4th of December, they have sought to take my job, to defund me, just to give more room for the undercover agent to own my children as their reward for crimes. Would any blame Putin that Putin has done anything wrong, not for the meeting to be a success? Would any blame Putin? Putin has done nothing wrong. What politicians do are right before the eyes of the just God. He is watching night and day over the deeds of men, and nothing of men is hidden from His eyes. America and the nations of the world, Ghana, I am in America, I will continue seeking to demand justice in regarding my taxes that I've filed. I'll continue to seek justice in regarding my wage claim that I've filed. I'll continue to seek justice in regarding my right to work. I'll continue to seek justice in regarding the cowardly secret killing of Ghanaians under national and international law. Before the US Justice Minister, before the International Criminal Court. Yes, you heard me. I'll continue seeking justice under law until I realize that it is never going to be possible for America as a state to ever come to recognize the Africans as equal humans to fellow humans upon the earth. And that equal justice under law is a fiasco and doesn't exist when it comes to Africans. But for now, I believe I shall continue to hold on to the law. We are Africans. We are members of the human race. We are not animals. We were made by God. Equal justice under law. Justice for all. Freedom and justice. All men are created equal. The conclusion of the whole matter. I demand accountability for the precious blood of my people shed. Ghana, I told you last week that the object, you are seeing the shadow of what they call e-levy. That is the shadow. The object itself is what forces in America, political, are using this undercover agent to do by getting my income robbed to cover up the killing of our people. You have seen that when the e-levy seemed to have made an iota of headway to oppress the Ghanaian people by the e-levy, you have seen that at the same time, they have slashed my income, which I told you that is what they are doing. They are using the e-levy to do. They have lobbyists at the White House, lobbyists at the Congress, very powerful, lobbyists at the United Nations. Let them enslave me to silence me from exposing their goddess that they worship instead of the God of the Bible. When they are telling you the budget has been approved, at the same time, you have seen that what I told you that they are using the budget and the e-levy to do, you have seen them executed on the 4th of December. And as I speak, tomorrow, Tuesday, I was supposed to have gone to work. On the 7th, they have taken my job. They are defending me while they are defending you there in Ghana. The world is being played, but it is well with us. We shall continue next week. Your Excellency, Vladimir, Your Excellency, Vladimir Putin, he is the best world leader of our time. I wish you a successful meeting with His Excellency Joe Biden. There is the strategy of the Montgomery County Police, the FBI, the terrorist of Nana Addo Akufo, to use persecution, terror against me to the point of they seeing me kick against His Excellency Biden. You understand? They have made the decision already. Let them kill the African and make his children the reward for crimes for the US undercover. The decision has been made. You understand? Let them use terror tactics, terrorize me, set me up for bomb. If they fail, they take my job. And if I stand against Joe Biden, then the African made His Excellency Joe Biden and African fell out and they became enemies. So we have to kill him and make his children the reward for crime. That decision has already been made. But the God who is a just God, who commissioned me to help His Excellency Biden, His Excellency Obama, His Excellency Trump, and the end of it all was the same policy of troubling America, Ghana, and humanity. That same perfect heart and a willing mind. God says, use that same heart. Stand with His Excellency Joe Biden. Have nothing evil against him. You let them terrorize you medically. Let them seek to assassinate you. Don't you purpose any evil against him and his government until it comes to a point where it is obvious to humanity and the nations of the world that Africans can never be recognized as equal humans by the US government. Then the African would, by the same perfect heart and a willing mind, bid His Excellency Joe Biden and his administration a perpetual farewell, and we shall go to the land of Africa, go to tell the African people that we have chosen you. You are equal humans to every human, and humanity stand with you. God stand with you because all men are created equal. God bless you. Ghana, what I said is, Ken Oforiatta should stop his inquisition of talking about the appeasing the what regarding the budget. You don't take my job. You don't put me in servitude and enslavement. You don't set a bomb plot against me and tell me that because my job has been taken, you have appeased whom you want to appease. Yɛnyɛ nkwasiafoɔ saa. Humanity, let's end here. But there is nothing that is hidden from the eyes of God. They cannot fool God. God made them. They are God. They are men. God is God. God bless you. And God bless my home in Ghana. It is finished. Occupy till I come is the message that I receive of my Lord